what can you deduct or not as renovation work on your French property? No, we won't be able to deduct all the work you've done yourself. I'm sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, but it's not deductible. So I'm very sorry to announce you that no.
Okay.
Disappointing, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of non-deductible, thanks.
Hello guys, and welcome to the French Tax Online channel. Today we are in an ongoing project, which is a very good location for today's topic, which is what can you deduct or not as renovation work on your French property. To help me with this, we've got Ryan, who is going to ask me all the questions you guys wonder about this very specific topic.
Yep, let's go. What type of cost can you actually deduct from your taxable gains?
This is a very good question, Ryan. You can deduct pretty much everything you paid when you bought the property itself, notary fees, estate agency fees, etc., as well as the cost you're going to pay when it comes to selling, mostly tax prep fees, agency fees, diagnostic fees, etc. And of course, there is a big part about renovation work, but I'm sure we'll have all types of dedicated questions to this topic.
Are notary and agency fees deductible?
Yes, of course, Ryan. Agency fees, notary fees, diagnostic fees, tax prep fees, everything is deductible as soon as you pay them. By this I mean, let's say the agency fees. When you bought your property, they must be à charge acheteur. Because if the seller paid them, then of course they're not deductible because you did not pay them. But yes, as soon as you actually pay the fees, yes, they will be fully deductible from your capital gain tax, of course.
But are solicitors' fee deductible?
This is a good question, Ryan, because I'm sure that you're very happy to deduct your solicitor fees, but I'm very sorry to announce you that no, they are not deductible in France because solicitors are not French. These are pretty much UK specialties, and these fees are not deductible because they are not mandatory fees, right? Just as everything which is not mandatory for the sale, this type of fees won't be deductible. So think twice before hiring one because it might be very useful, but we won't be able to deduct them.
And what about renovation works? Are they always deductible?
Actually not at all. Only a few types of renovation are fully deductible from your capital gain tax. You can deduct the work which are going to make the house bigger or more comfortable, or when you create something new. By this, I mean that if you create a new room, then it's deductible. If you create a pool, a terrace, a patio, then it's deductible. If you put AC, a nice new heating system, it is deductible. If you are isolating the house, which was not before, it is deductible. If you're replacing all the windows with double or triple glazed windows, it is deductible. But on the other hand, everything that's only replacement is not deductible. By this I mean this wonderful kitchen, even though it's very nice, very new, much nicer than the other one, won't be deductible because it is just replacing an old one. And it's the same for the painting job, it's the same for the floor, etc., etc. If you are not creating something new, it's just maintenance or replacement, then it's most of the time not deductible. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Can you deduct work you did yourself without any professional invoices?
I know, Ryan, you're a very good handyman and you want to do everything yourself. But I'm very sorry again to tell you that no, we won't be able to deduct all the work you've done yourself on Saturday, Sunday, and the bank holidays. And we won't be able to deduct neither the material invoices you bought yourself at Point P, Leroy Merlin, etc. Sorry about that.
And how is the 15% option working?
Good one, Ryan. The 15% option, as we call it, is an option which is allowing you to deduct 15% of the purchase price of the property as renovation work. It's a flat rate deduction, which is allowing us to deduct this without providing all of the invoices and proof payments. To be able to use it, you have to own the property for more than 5 years. Don't forget about that.
Okay, great, but what are the conditions to be able to use this 15% forfeit, and what proof is needed?
As I said, Ryan, you have to own the property for more than 5 years, first of all, and then you're right to ask. You have to prove that you did some renovation work on the house, which means that your notary does not have to put on the deed that nothing has been done. Otherwise, you could not be able to claim it, right? And because of a very recent jurisprudence, then the tax law is going to ask you to prove that you did something. In this case, we would need an invoice, we would need an AGM if this is a building, we would need an official document, déclaration de permis de construire, déclaration de travaux from the mayor's house, or at least pictures, right? But at least something which is proving that you did actually do something on the property.
So actually pictures work?
Yes, it's not the best proof, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, okay, interesting. What kind of works are like never deductible?
Everything related to maintaining your property in a good shape and aesthetic replacement. So Ryan, I'm sorry about that, but the very new painting job is not deductible. The nice new flooring is not deductible. Your very nice stunning kitchen is not deductible. The new bathroom is not deductible. If you have a castle and you're just working on the roof, even though it's very expensive, I'm sorry, but it's not deductible.
Okay.
Yes, and the work you do yourself, as you asked me, it's not deductible either. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Disappointing, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of non-deductible, thanks.
Yeah, I know.
How do you prove the cost of works when the property has been purchased like a long time ago?
This is a big problem, Ryan. This is a real issue we face every single week at French Tax Online because we've got clients that indeed bought the property 10, 15, 20 years ago. And the thing is, the bank, they only keep the bank statement for 10 years, which means that above this, then they are not legally obliged to provide them to the client. In this case, we usually use the 15% option, or we do our best to find some other type of evidences. We might contact the supplier, we might get some other type of document, contract, dépôt de permis de construire, etc. But yes, this is a real issue. And if that's the case, most of the time, we are not able to deduct everything that has really been paid by the client, which is very disappointing, I know.
And what about if you purchased the house through a company or inherited the house? Do the same rules apply?
Yes, pretty much all the same rules would apply, but don't forget that if you use a company, then the invoices must be done on the name of the company and not you, of course. And if you received the property from inheritance, for example, then of course we would be able to deduct the work that you've paid yourself. So I won't be able to deduct the work that your father paid by the time, which makes sense because you can deduct something which has been paid by the seller and not the person before, which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, even though I would have loved to do this, but
yeah, I
makes
know
sense.
that.
And what are the most common mistakes sellers make when claiming deductions for works?
Mistake number 1, not keeping the bank statements. Mistake number 2, not making the invoices to the name of the person paying, the company or the owner. Third mistake, using your main home address for the invoices in the UK, the US, or wherever. These would make the invoices not deductible because they must be compliant, and of course they must be on the name of the owner of the property. On top of this, I would say that some people do not ask for the proper invoices, they only have quotes, and as you know, quote is not a final document, and again, we cannot use them to deduct. So my final advice is make sure that all the invoices are compliant, you keep your bank statement, and if you don't want to lose too much, please be careful about what you're going to spend. If you buy a new kitchen, then you might be aware of the fact that we probably won't be able to deduct it. So it's at your own cost, of course. Guys, thank you all for watching, and thank you Ryan for asking me all these wonderful questions. I really hope this helped you and will help you not making any mistakes when buying and renovating your French property. Don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about French Tax Online. Thank you very much and see you soon. Let's go.
Bye, guys.